People ask me a lot, take on so much of people's pain and cases and still smile and not let it get me down. People ask why I'm calm in the middle of divorce and allegations. And they also ask why some folks absolutely hate my approach. Let me answer both. First, the hate. People don't like my philosophy because it breaks the vending machine. The prevailing model, call it the Freud model, is built on looping pain. If pain is the product, then more sessions, more labels, more hearings, more fees are the business plan. When I turn clients away from looping the wound and towards building the forward, the plan, a lot of industries hear a till go silent. And that's why you see resistance. Not always malicious, just incentives. Pain profits. Forward planning doesn't. Second, I calm. I don't run on Freud, I run on Adler. Freud says you are the sum of your past, your childhood, your parents. Unconscious drives. So we dig, analyze, revisit, repeat. Book again next Tuesday. Adler says you are the sum of your direction, purpose, skills, community, responsibility, prevention as much as treatment, heal fast, move forward, contribute. And that's awkward. That's awkward for business models that rely on you coming back every week forever. But it's excellent for actual lives, especially a child's. Now, put that into family court. Left alone, the court behaves like Freud with a filing cabinet. 1,000 pages about yesterday. Half a paragraph about tomorrow. Drama generates hearings. Hearings generate invoices. Meanwhile, the child's clock keeps ticking. My work flips that script. Goals, safeguards, plan forward, or nothing. That right there is why some practitioners roll their eyes at me. My clients settle faster, file shorter, speak cleaner, and stop feeding the beast. The system doesn't know what to do with boringly predictable because it can't monetize boring. I can. I call it results. Let me say it plain. The Western world adopted the Freud lane because pain is sticky, loud, and billable. Endless sessions are billable. Endless diagnoses are billable. Endless conflict is billable. The culture built on loops will always monetize the loop. Adler is commercially inconvenient. Education, prevention, making yourself obsolete. He sets people free. And free people don't need 17 more appointments to discuss 2018. Add the engine most people never see. Frequency, state, signal, call it the law of attraction or call it cause and effect. Your state broadcasts a signal. That signal shapes what you notice, how you speak, and what you choose next. Choices compound into outcomes. Low band, shame, guilt, fear narrows your vision and magnetizes chaos. High band, courage, willingness, gratitude widens your vision and magnetizes solutions. Judges never write frequency into orders. They write the behaviors. Those frequencies produce calm, clarity, reliability. Faith has taught this forever. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 2.2 or 12.2. Doesn't say reenact the worst day of your life until the end of time, does it? It says change what guides you. Different religions call it different things. Different books, some compass forward. So why do people back my philosophy down? Because forward starves the machine. Because concise filings don't let anyone grandstand. Because a parent who regulates before they litigate is hard to provoke and even harder to overcharge. Because when my client walks into a court with a 3-page plan instead of a 30-page grievance, the temperature drops and the meter stops. That's not popular in the circles that live on heat and hours. They'll say I'm naive, reckless, anti-therapy, or too spiritual. No, I'm anti-loop, pro-closure, and ruthlessly practical. And I treat spirituality like an operating manual for state management. I use therapy when it gives skills and ends. I use psychology when it translates into behaviors a judge can sign. And I use faith to keep people from drowning in yesterday while their children quietly run out of childhood. And here's how I do it. Adler's compass, frequency as a fuel. Court, in plain English, we regulate before we litigate. 90 seconds, breathe 6 slow cycles, shoulders down, name your state, choose the next one, say it loud. Today I attract clarity, cooperation, and lawful outcomes. And I say it loud. Your nervous system needs to be a leader. We run a 2-column brain before any message. Left column trigger and story, maximum 3 bullets. Right column, outcome, and ask, 1 sentence. Delete the left, send the right. That's attraction. You broadcast direction, not drama. People hate this because there's no theatre in it. Judges love it because there's no theatre in it. We use the 3-beat message, fact, impact, proposal. The order provides alternate weekends. Last weekend, contact. Didn't occur. I propose make-up contact this Saturday, 10 to 6. Please confirm. By noon. Short, boring, usable. Boring wins. If you're allergic to boring, you're addicted to losing. We write future list, future first, statements, facts, risk, safeguards, plan, review date. We hand the court a map, not a memoir. The pain points and profits, crowd calls it oversimplified. I call it liftable into an order. We build evidence that earns trust, not applause. A neutral chronology with dates and verbs, a safeguards list, contact centers, handovers, parenting apps, no doorstep talks, a compliance log, punctuality offers, attendance, judges trust patterns, build one. We run frequency, hygiene daily, morning reset plus 1 sentence of intention, nightly gratitude. 3 tiny wins, even child smiled picked up. Gratitude isn't fluff. It widens your perceptual field so you can actually notice open doors when they appear. Closed minds miss openings. Open minds see roots, and we avoid the top 3 booby traps that keep the machine paid. 1. Midnight essays. Fear broadcast magnet for escalation. 2. Character assassination. Scarcity broadcast invites counter allegations and judicial side-eye. 3. Boundary bargaining. Shame broadcast guarantees more violations next week. Replace them with morning micro emails, behavioral-based descriptions, and boundaries with consequences you actually keep. Now, the objection handlers. For the chorus, they dislike my philosophy. You're minimizing trauma. No, I'm not. I'm minimizing theatre. If trauma is hijacking the present, we do targeted work that ends. Healing that never ends. It's a booby trap. It turns into a hobby. That doesn't reunite families. You're too confident. Court is unpredictable. Correct. That's why we cut variables, regulate state, tighten plans, file liftable text, and behave like a parent in the court can rely on. Confidence is a side effect of preparation. Ooh, you're spiritualizing law. Well, I'm operationalizing state management, and I'm using language people already live by. Renew your mind. Make tauba. Walk forward. If that keeps a parent out of a meltdown at 10:03 a.m., it just become legal strategy. Oh, Jason, you're different. Well, yes, exactly. Everyone else is playing Freud's loop. I'm playing Adler's map. The loop is loud and expensive. The map is quiet and effective. Why am I smiling while others fray? Well, because I don't worship the problem. I worship the plan. Freud loops the bruise, and the system monetizes the loop. Adler gives you arnica, a diary, a map. My practice is built on that map. Purpose first, frequency tuned, paperwork a judge can use tomorrow morning. When you move from grievance to growth, tone down, the plan tightens. Child smiles at handover. The system has nothing to eat. It feeds on chaos. It starves on clarity. If that offends people who profit from chaos, fine. My clients aren't there to feed the machine. They're there to see their children. If you're done financing the loop, ready to fund the future, ready to renew your mind, make tauba and walk forward, come with me. We'll tune your frequency, strip your filings to what works, and let the right things start chasing you for once. Time with your child, minus the circus. That is why some people don't like my philosophy. And that is why they bat it down. And that is why it works.